Adriana
Okay.
Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
and DeMarcus Royalton.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Right, right. You still wanting to go forward, Ms. Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, however, this really is a waste of my time because we both live in the same apartments and I already got legitimized, so I'm not willing to she can put this in order, but this is a waste of my time for being at court. Like, because this is really not needed. We live in the same apartments and we have
to think that it's needed, so it's not a waste of her time.
What she can, I mean, this is a waste of my time because I have a doctor.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. But what are you saying? Because she wants a hearing to get a TPO.
And it's fine. I'm not.
Okay, then, Mr. Ross, I'll tell you what. Why don't you place your email in the chat and we'll go ahead and give you one.
That's fine. I mean, I have a doctor's appointment.
Place your email in the chat because God knows I don't want to waste any of your time.
You said place my email in the chat.
That's exactly what I said. Or do you know his email, Miss Wright? You got your email in there?
I thought I did. Because that's why I got when they served them. Hold on.
Did you place your email in the chat here?
I'm doing it now.
And hold on, Ms. Wright. Ms. Wright, did you place your email in the chat?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's see. You got it in there, Mr. Ralston?
Yes, ma'am. I just placed it.
All right. If you put it in there, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Ms. Wright, raise your right hand.
Okay.
You confirm everything about your testimony is truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, everything you petition is still true and correct.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you place your hand down. You still want this TPO for 12 months?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I don't know that I see Mr. Ralston's email. So if you have it, do you mind placing that in the chat along with yours?
I placed mine. Mine is Adriana Wright.
No, I don't want you to say it out loud. Do you know his?
I can probably find it for you.
Okay, if you don't mind, you can place it in the chat or email it to Miss Free.
Your Honor, I placed mine in the chat. It's the Black Cartel 583.
Black Cartel.
Yeah, Black Cartel 583 at gmail.com.
For experienced user sprayer, not just jamming him anywhere. That's because Whitney injected him.
All right, Miss Wright, we'll send you a copy of the order.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll send you a copy too. I hated to waste your time, Mr. Ralston.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Kirby Smith, brothers, and David Salamanca.
Your Honor, ready for Miss Brothers.
Ready for Mr. Salamanca, Your Honor.
Okay, do y'all have any witnesses besides your clients?
No, Your Honor.
And on the part of the respondent, no, Your Honor, my client will also remain silent at this time.
Okay. All right, Ms. Brothers and let's see.
I'm sorry.
Take yourself right here and raise your right hand.
Your Honor, if you could turn up your volume a little bit, it's hard to hear you.
I think something's wrong with yours. You keep getting a lot of feedback. Where's Mr. Salamanca at?
He just raised his hand, Your Honor.
I see here, Your Honor. Okay, there you go. All right, both of them. All right. Oh, I saw Perez. Y'all swear for him? Keep it up, Mr. Perez, Salamanca Perez. Keep it up. Does he need an interpreter?
He does not, Your Honor, and he's actually not going to be testifying today anyway, so.
Okay, I'm still going to go swear both of them in. Raise your right hand, sir. Y'all swear firm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Nod your head. Not you, Harbonius. I'm not talking to you. Put your hand down. All right, put your hands down. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right, Your Honor, I call David Salamanca as my first witness.
Your Honor, my client's not testifying. He's asserting his Fifth Amendment privilege. He's not been validly subpoenaed, been required to testify in this hearing, Your Honor. He refused.
Your Honor, as the court is well aware, according to Rule 611C, in any civil case, either party can call the adverse party and use leading questions. So I do call David Salamanca.
Okay, I understand he's gonna. Now, does Mr. Salamanca, does he need the interpreter?
He does not, Your Honor.
Okay. So have you, Mr. Salamanca, take yourself off mute because I want to need you to say something to me. I'm sure your lawyers explained this to you, that Ms. Dorfman can ask you a question and you don't have that whole well, if you exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent in a civil case, I can take a negative inference, or I can infer what the answer is going to be. So if she asks you, is your name David Salamanca Perez, and you say, pleading the fifth, I can obviously take an inference that that is your name. If she said, did you do this? Did you hit this person? You say, well, I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment, and I can the assumption is you would answer yes. Okay, so I can make a negative inference or an inference from whatever questions you don't answer, but you have that right. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right, Mr. Salamanca, can you state your full name?
David Santiago Salamanca Perez.
Okay, so on all the paperwork, your name is David Santiago Salamanca, and now you're saying your legal name is David Santiago Salamanca Perez?
Your objection, that misstates the nature of his answer, Your Honor. He hasn't misrepresented anything to the court. That's his
I'm
name.
not saying that he's misrepresented. I'm just saying that that's the first we've ever seen the name Perez. He signed everything as David Salamanca. So I'm just not aware. Is Perez his legal last name? Because we would need it for the court papers.
Your Honor, can we take a recess and move on to a separate case? I need to consult with my client regarding what's happening.
Okay, well, all I know is I got him on here is David Santiago Salamanca. Is that your name, sir? Take
He's
yourself
nodding
off
his head
mute.
the affirmative.
That's my name, Your Honor.
Okay, where does Perez come from?
In my country, we have two last names.
Okay, I got that. So Perez, so is it Salamanca Perez?
Yeah, my full
Okay.
name is with Perez at the end.
Okay, it's David Santiago Salamanca Perez.
That's
Boom, got it. All right, go ahead, Mr. Orphan.
Your Honor, I think Mr. Bennett said he would like to consult with his client. Mr. Bennett, I would be asking about many incidents that occurred with the petitioner. And so
Doesn't sound like it's going to be a brief hearing in that case, Your Honor. So I suppose
it won't take me long.
we're going to go through this whole Fifth Amendment thing. I'm going to have a little bit of time to explain to my client. This is actually the first time I've ever had this situation occur in a TPO hearing. Typically, my clients, it's just the first time this occurred. So I need to.
Your Honor, we've had this occur many, many times on TPOs. Again, it is a civil hearing following the Civil Procedure Act, and
True.
Rule 611C is very, very clear that I can call the adverse party and use leading questions.
All right, so you want to talk to him? Do you need him in a breakout room or can you call him?
Me? Oh, he's right down the hallway, Judge.
Okay, do you want to go call him to explain to him?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to go speak to him if I can have 10 minutes, please.
Okay, all right, let's see. Okay.
And I'd also ask Ms. Dorfman for her email address in the chat so I can send her my exhibits and she can provide me with the police report that she has that she intends to enter into evidence in this case. Please.
All right, Ms. Ramirez. Ms. Claudia.
You're welcome, Your Honor. I may have still another case or
Yeah,
not, Your Honor.
Dorfman and Mr. Bennett,
Yes, ma'am.
you need the interpreter, yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Are y'all sure? Because I'm going to release her.
Yes.
I'm 100% sure.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Orphan. Ask your questions.
All right. So I was just so Mr. Salamanca is still under oath, correct?
No, ma'am. I'm objecting to Ms. Dorfman asking questions of my client. He is not under subpoena. There has been no subpoena filed.
He doesn't have to be subpoenaed. He's been served.
He's the adverse party.
He's the adverse party.
What is the authority? And forgive my ignorance here. What's the authority that requires or allows a attorney for another party to call an adverse party as a witness without having been subpoenaed? If he
Every
has
single civil case in the state of Georgia, it's 24-6-611. When I was on the bench, I probably had this happen at least 1,000 times. I've never had Respondents Counsel not understand that this was allowed. And I know Judge Manning, and as well as all the other judges that hear TPOs around Georgia, are all very familiar with 24-6-611. I can call the adverse party and I can cross-examine him.
I apologize for throwing a wrench into the process, Judge, but I feel like this is necessary to preserve this. 24-6-611 is regarding the order of presentation of witnesses.
Look at C.
Subsection C does say you can use leading questions on direct examination.
When you call an adverse party.
When a party calls a hostile witness an adverse party or a witness identified
as an adverse party.
But does that, the subpoena
and you can
rule?
call the adverse party in civil cases.
Okay.
He can still assert his Fifth Amendment right, but I can take a negative inference from his assertion of his right. She is allowed to ask questions. Mr. Perez,
Understood.
Please take yourself off mute. I'm sure Ms. Dorfman will make it very slow and painless.
Where is
Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right, Mr. Salamanca, can you state your full name again for the record?
David Santiago Salamanca Perez,
All right, and how old are you?
25.
Okay, and you do speak English well, correct? You actually taught English in Colombia.
I need a interpreter.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm
What?
sorry.
What is going on today?
Okay.
This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke.
Your Honor, he speaks English. He taught English.
I
He
speak
said he
English.
needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
This is a joke.
Mr. Bennett,
I apologize.
This is a joke.
you just allowed the interpreter to be excused. This is
Well,
ridiculous.
My
This is a joke.
understanding is that he does understand English. And
He
that's
does
all I
understand
can go off
English.
of all I can go off is what my
Mr.
own
Perez,
then.
do you or do you not need an interpreter right now? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
My God. Ms. Freed, could you please get her back on here because he does need the interpreter.
Your Honor.
I agree, Ms. Dorfman. Today, it's like I'm in some sort of, it's like these 17,000 of these have not occurred before me prior to today.
And Mr. Perez knows good and well, he has been here illegally for many years and he speaks English. He taught English. This is ridiculous.
I'm not sure my client's immigration status should be considered, Your Honor.
Stand by.
No,
Ms.
it is,
All right, hold
it is
on. Ms.
definitely
Jones?
relevant.
I don't
All right.
think-
All right. Gosh, Ms. Claudia, I'm sorry, but all of a sudden he needs an interpreter. So you've been previously sworn. Mr. Perez, take yourself
Yes.
off mute. Ms. Dorfman, go with your next question. Go ahead
Okay,
and get to the relevant stuff.
okay. Mr. Salamanca, how long have you been in the United States?
Señor Salamanca, ¿cuánto tiempo usted ha estado en los Estados Unidos?
Objection,
I'll take
relevant.
the fifth.
Objeción.
I didn't hear.
I'll
The
take the
interpreter, okay, the interpreter could not hear. There was an objection. I was waiting for the ruling. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You objected to relevance.
And Your Honor, I will say,
Irrelevant.
okay. Mr. Bennett, let me just ask normal questions. And then if he doesn't understand one of my questions, ask for the interpreter. Because most of this, I'm sure he understands.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So here's what I got to do for y'all right now since we finally figured it out.
Usually we do
Well,
all
I
or
gotta let-
nothing on
I got to let the
interpretation.
11 o'clock calendar in, so something to stand by, Ms. Claudia.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, everybody, it's the new calendar. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, stay on mute. Cameras on, everybody, stay on mute. Cameras on. Ms. Thompson, Ms. Dorfman, get to the down and dirty, please.
All right, Mr. Salamanca, you are in this country illegally, correct?
Señor Salamanca, usted está en este país indocumentado, ¿verdad?
Objection, Your Honor. What does that have to do with a petition for dating violence?
I
Your Honor,
don't know. We'll let Ms. Dorfman tell us.
Objeción. ¿Qué tiene que ver esto, su señoría, con una denuncia de violencia?
Your Honor, first of all, it shows that he has no respect for the laws of this country. He's living here illegally. Second of all, it plays a very important part in a lot of the abuse that took place between the two parties.
Primero que nada, su señoría, esto muestra que no tiene respeto por las leyes de este país, ya que está aquí ilegalmente. Y además esto tiene mucho que ver con el abuso de que se está denunciando en este caso.
Your Honor, may I make a suggestion, please?
Su señoría, pues, ¿pudiera yo dar una sugerencia, por favor?
Okay.
The allegations in the petition are what's relevant. My client will deny each of those allegations, and the court may take a negative inference from his invocation of his Fifth Amendment rights here on the record. I'll waive my objection to lack of proper service of subpoena, since civil litigation is not my area.
Subpoena. There's nothing to waive, sir. He's a party.
Understood. Yes, ma'am. I will forget about it. That's my suggestion, is that he denies those allegations, and the court can take a negative inference, and Ms. Dorfman can meet her burden of proof with that, or with witnesses that she calls for her own case.
Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman. Down and dirty. Please make my day.
Su señoría, estos alegatos de la petición son los que son relevantes. Usted puede tomar de esto una deducción negativa, si así lo desea, pero se han infringido los derechos de la Quinta Enmienda Constitucional de mi cliente por la falta de fundamento con respecto a las preguntas que se le están haciendo. Así que nosotros negamos a cada uno de los alegatos, y usted puede deducir de ahí, su señoría, se ha cumplido con el fundamento para esta denuncia de alejamiento.
Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
Okay. So I appreciate that, Mr. Bennett. I am required to ask the questions. Not every question is going to be, where he would be asserting a right, but I do have to ask the questions. I am going to try to limit the number of incidents that I do question about, because he is now claiming that he needs an interpreter, even though I'm well aware that he doesn't. This is going to take longer because of that.
Bueno, y sin embargo, gracias, señor licenciado Bennett. Estoy de acuerdo que en algunos casos él quiera acatarse a la Quinta Enmienda. No todas las preguntas él tendrá que acatarse a la Quinta Enmienda. Yo sé que dijo que no necesitaba intérprete, ahora dice que necesita, y por lo tanto esto va a llevar más tiempo.
Mr. Salamanca, you were working at RU in February of 2022 when you met Emma Brothers, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Señor Salamanca, usted estaba trabajando en RU en febrero del 2022 cuando usted conoció a Emma Brothers, ¿correcto?
The fifth. Next question.
Ok, se está acatando a la quinta. Siguiente pregunta.
And y'all became an official couple in May of 2022?
¿Y ustedes fueron una pareja oficial en mayo del 2022?
I'll take the fifth.
Fifth Amendment. I got it. Next question.
Okay. And the petitioner lives with her parents and her little sister, correct?
Y la persona que está haciendo la demanda vive con los padres y su hermanita más pequeña, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
He's taking the fifth of that too.
And when her parents left for Africa on a trip, you began to move yourself into Emma's room inside their home, correct?
Y cuando sus padres se mudaron a África, entonces usted empezó a mudarse a la habitación de Emma, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
You would sneak in and out of the home until her father finally caught you leaving one morning and ended your living under their roof, correct?
Usted se metía ahí escondidas hasta que una vez el padre se dio cuenta que usted se estaba metiendo escondidas en una mañana, y eso ya terminó con el que usted pudiera siguiéndose quedar ahí escondidas.
I'll take the fifth.
You began controlling all of Emma's time. Is that correct?
Usted empezó a controlar todo el tiempo de Emma, ¿verdad? ¿Es correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
You would not allow the petitioner to spend any time with anyone other than yourself, correct?
Usted evitaba que la denunciante pudiera pasar tiempo con cualquier persona aparte de usted, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
You would isolate her from the coworkers, her friends, and her family. Is that correct?
Usted la aislaba de sus compañeros de trabajo, amigos y familiares, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
In October of 2022, you punched the petitioner in the jaw during sex. Is that correct?
En octubre del 2022, usted le golpeó en la quijada a la denunciante mientras estaban teniendo relaciones sexuales. ¿Correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
And when she started crying that she was upset by your violence, you claimed that you thought she would like it. Is that correct?
Y cuando ella comenzó a llorar y porque estaba molesta por la violencia, usted pensó que a ella le gustaba, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
In October of 2022, you also began showing up at the petitioner's job at the Jekyll Brewing Company in Alpharetta, correct?
Y usted se empezó en octubre del 2022 a aparecer en el trabajo de la denunciante en Jekyll Brewing en Alpharetta, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
And you would sit there for hours throughout her entire shift just to monitor her while she was working, correct?
Y usted se quedaba allí por horas vigilándole mientras ella estaba en su turno de trabajo, ¿verdad?
I'm taking the fifth.
On October 30th, 2022, you were spying on her through the windows at her job. And when you saw her speaking with a male coworker, you became angry, stormed inside to confront that coworker with a lot of abusive language, correct?
Y en el 30 de octubre del 2022, usted le empezó a espiar, le estaba espiando por medio de la ventana en el trabajo, y cuando ella empezó a hablar con un hombre ahí, usted se enojó y entró bruscamente a su trabajo y le dijo una bola de malas palabras.
I'm taking the fifth.
And that, by you doing that inside her job, that got Emma fired from that job that day, correct?
Y al usted hacer eso en el trabajo de Emma, esto hizo que la despidieran ese mismo día a Emma de su trabajo, ¿correcto?
I'll take the fifth.
Because you don't have a car or a legal driver's license, you were making Emma drive you everywhere or you would walk. Is that correct?
Porque usted no tiene auto ni licencia para conducir legal en el país. Usted hacía que Emma la llevara a todas partes.
I'll take the fifth.
In November of 2022, when petitioner was cooking you a steak dinner, you told her that you like to imagine her with other men having sex because, quote unquote, your girl was a whore.
I'll take the fifth.
Y en noviembre del 2022, la denunciante le estaba cocinando un bistec para la cena y le dijo a usted que se imaginaba a ella con otros hombres, ya que ella era una puta.
And
I'll take the fifth.
And you continued sneaking into her home, even though the brothers had made it clear you were not welcome there, correct?
Y usted se seguía metiendo escondidas a la casa de ella, aunque los hermanos le dijeron a usted que usted no estaba bienvenido ahí, ¿verdad?
I'll take the fifth.
In December 2022, Emma found out that she was pregnant with your child, and your verbal and psychological abuse grew worse and worse, correct?
En diciembre del 2022, Emma se enteró que estaba embarazada con su hijo y el abuso verbal y físico incrementó más y más todo el tiempo.
I'll take the fifth.
And you told her that you would not tolerate her having that child and that you would not help her if she kept it, correct?
Y usted le dijo que no iba a tolerar que tuviera al bebé y que si lo tenía, usted no la iba a ayudar en nada.
I'll take the fifth.
And you swore to her, quote unquote, that if she did not get rid of the baby, that you would, correct?
Y usted le juró que si ella no se deshacía del bebé, usted lo haría.
I'll take the fifth.
On December 27th, the petitioner terminated her pregnancy and was in a lot of pain, but you insisted that she drive you to a parking lot for you to sell a camera, correct?
I'll
Y
take,
el 27 de diciembre, usted, ella había tenido había terminado el embarazo y estaba con mucho dolor y usted la llevó a un estacionamiento porque quería vender una cámara.
I'll take the fifth.
The two of you and the petitioner, Emma Brothers, were both very active skydivers, correct?
Ustedes dos, tanto como los hermanos, eran unas personas que les gustaba hacer el skydiving, o sea, aventarse de los aviones.
I take the fifth.
And in late December, you also screamed at her for 4 hours because she merely followed Sebastian, who was a mutual friend of you both from skydiving, on Instagram.
I'll take
Y el 4, en
He
diciembre,
understood it. Mr. Perez, do you need the interpreter or not? That's a question for you, Mr. Perez.
You got to answer
sorry.
the judge's question. Mr.
Sorry,
Perez.
Your Honor. Y sometimes I need it, sometimes not.
Okay, well, so how do we know when you do it, whether you don't? Because you're answering and taking the fifth before Miss Claudia can even do her job.
Most of the time I understand.
So if Miss Dorfman asks a question, you need to say, I can answer it, okay? If you
Yes.
need her to interpret it, you need to let her know because you are making this so much harder than it needs to be.
I understand, Your Honor.
You understood that? All right, go ahead, Miss Dorfman.
In
Everybody
January,
get down to it. He's gonna take the fifth on everything. So here
All right.
goes highlights. I got it.
in January 2023, you were both working together at the Milton restaurant Lagarde, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And you started forbidding the petitioner from wearing certain outfits because she looked too attractive and you didn't want other men looking at her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
January 30th, 2023, just a few weeks ago, the petitioner turned 21 years old. Do you remember screaming at her that she was worthless and does not deserve anything for her birthday?
I'll take the fifth.
On February 7th, you woke up very, very angry at petitioner and you told her that you will only stay with her if she stays home from the trip to Florida that her family had planned for that 21st birthday, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And when she did not cancel the trip, you blew up at her and began to push her around her room, calling her a fucking bitch, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Then you told her as an added punishment, she cannot go on the family trip to Italy this coming summer, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
On February 8th, while you were in the car with Emma, you demanded that she drive you home immediately or you would freak out and hurt her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You began grabbing the steering wheel while she was driving, almost causing Emma to run off the road and crash, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You then went ballistic inside her car, kicking very hard the dashboard, breaking the driver's seat, and also breaking the air conditioning vent, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Emma let you out at a red light, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And she reported the incident of domestic violence to Roswell police, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
In late February, you blew up at Emma because she cannot fix your legal status and she refused to marry you, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
And you made it clear that she made it clear that you need to stay away from her and her family and their home, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Her father, Steve Brothers, also made it very clear that you were not welcome in their home or in their neighborhood, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
But you have no respect for her parents, do you?
I'll take the fifth.
You think that you know what's better for Emma than her own parents do, correct?
Interpreter, please.
the interpreter needs repetition.
I'll ask him is, you think that you know what's better for Emma than her own parents do?
¿Usted considera saber lo que es lo mejor que le conviene a Emma, mejor que los padres de ella?
I'll take the fifth.
And then
We almost done this,
this is the last part.
Okay.
You went to but even though they told you were not welcome, you went to their neighborhood recently while you knew Emma was at work, and you walked down the middle of the street and ran into her younger sister, Sela, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
You scared Sela by asking her creepy questions, and she told you if you don't leave her alone that she would call the police, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
So, Mr. Salamanca, this is all just a sampling of the daily physical and psychological abuse that you put the petitioner through. You tried to, not only did you harm her and scare her, but you also tried to control and isolate her, correct?
I'll take the fifth.
Do you understand that she does not ever want to see you or hear from you again?
I'll take the fifth.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Bennett, do you have any questions?
Not for Mr. Perez, no ma'am.
Dorfman, anything else?
I have Ms. Brothers on the screen just to swear that all of that I asked about was true and correct, and she does want the court to issue this protective order.
All right, anything else, Mr. Bennett?
Your Honor, I'll call Emma Brothers as the respondent for Perez pursuant to OCGA 24-611C.
All right, go ahead. Ms. Brothers, you don't need, all right, Mr. Perez, you need the interpreter to understand the questions that Mr. Bennett is going to be asking. Yes or no?
Talking to you, Mr. Perez. Can you hear us? I'm going to assume that's a no, Your Honor, and move on.
Oh, I'm not going to assume it.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Brothers, something's happening with your audio. I'm getting some feedback. You're sitting too close to a phone, just near your computer or something. Electronics, it's all in the way. So there you go. Go ahead with the questions, Mr. Bennett.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Good morning, Ms. Brothers. My name's Eli Bennett.
Y'all are maybe sitting too. Yeah, Ms. Brothers, there's still something. Is there a phone near you?
There should be. Hold on one second. Okay. Is that any better?
Let's see. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Eli Bennett. I represent Mr. Perez. I'm just going to have a couple of questions for you, okay, ma'am?
All right.
Buenos días, señorita Brothers. Yo soy Eli Bennett y yo soy el abogado del señor Salamanca Pérez.
All right. On or about March 3rd, did you prepare or fill out an ex parte application for a protective order against Mr. Perez?
En o por
Yes.
el 3 de marzo, usted solicitó o denunció una orden de alejamiento en contra del señor Pérez, ¿verdad? Sí.
Okay. And paragraph 4 of that order details specific acts you accuse Mr. Perez of, correct?
Correct.
So in paragraph 4, you stated,
Hold on, let Miss Claudia tell Mr. Perez what you asked.
Okay. There is still some background, very heavy background noise. Apparently, you have two devices with the audio in your room. So please turn the other one off. So I can hear my voice.
It's got to be you, Miss Brothers. So if you're sitting close to anybody.
No, she's in a private room, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Bennett and the respondent are in the same place.
Okay, yeah, they can't be like near one another.
we're not responsible for the feedback, Your Honor. My
Okay,
client
I'm
is
talking to Miss Brothers. She has people on here for support, so I'm telling her if she's close to them, we will get that feedback.
She is in
I'm not hearing anyone, Your Honor.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
En el párrafo número 4 de la petición, Mr. Eli Bennett, would you please repeat about paragraph 4 of the order?
I can try, yes, ma'am. Paragraph 4, detail the allegations, the specific allegations that you made under oath against my client, correct?
En el párrafo número 4 de la solicitud se detallan los alegatos que usted hizo en contra de mi cliente, ¿correcto?
Now, Miss Brothers, I've muted you because of that background noise. Take yourself off mute, answer, and then place yourself back on mute. You know.
Emma, you can answer.
Yes, that is true.
And I'm going to place you back on mute until he finishes, okay? Go ahead. That's the next question, Mr. Bennett.
In that paragraph, did you accuse my client of punching you in the face during sex?
En esos alegatos, usted acusó a mi cliente de haberla golpeado en la cara cuando estaban teniendo relaciones sexuales, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Sí.
Your Honor, I will state that I was present with Ms. Brothers and was instructed by your staff not to have to detail everything, just to put a little bit in, just to get the protective order.
Yo le
It's not a particularized motion like, oh, I'm sorry, it's not a particularized motion like in criminal. It's a notice pleading. If you're on notice, then you're on notice. Sorry, Ms. Claudia.
No.
Okay.
Yo le indiqué a mi cliente que ella no tenía que tener todos los detalles ahí en la orden.
Okay. At any time, did you call the police to report any acts of dating or domestic violence against my client?
¿En algún momento usted le habló a la policía para reportar actos de violencia en contra de mi cliente?
At the end of the relationship, I called police and filled out a police report.
Al final de la relación, yo le llamé a la policía para llenar un informe de la policía.
At the time that you sought this TPO or after it was filed, did you communicate with my client?
Durante el tiempo en que se hizo la solicitud de alejamiento o después de que la presentó, ¿se comunicó usted con mi cliente?
We communicated up until I was admitted into emotional support rehabilitation center for the domestic abuse, which was before he was the protective order.
Go ahead. Yep.
So that was prior to March 3rd?
Fue antes del 3 de marzo, entonces.
The last time we communicated, I believe, was March 3rd.
La última vez que nos comunicamos fue el 3 de marzo. Ella indicó que es que se había metido a un lugar para apoyo psicológico por abuso.
Okay. Do you remember telling my client via direct messages that you told law enforcement or the court system that he had never been violent with you before?
¿Recuerda haberle dicho durante mensajes directos con mi cliente que usted le había indicado a la policía que él nunca había sido violento con usted?
I do not recall.
No recuerdo.
Would it refresh your recollection if I showed you a copy of the messages regarding that statement?
Absolutely.
Le recordaría si yo le muestro mensajes, una copia de estos de lo que usted le dijo a él directamente en mensajes sobre la policía. Absolutamente.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I've been the attorney of record for petitioner since March 6th in this case, and I have never been sent anything or shared anything. And I do not have access with my client right now. She is in a secure facility. So I'm going to object.
Yo voy a objecionar, su señoría. Yo he estado representando a mi cliente desde el 6 de marzo y nunca se me han enviado o compartido ningún tipo de este tipo de comunicación para mí, para yo estar consciente de esto. Y mi cliente ahora se encuentra en una instalación con seguridad.
Your Honor, my response is I'm just attempting to refresh her recollection. It's not an evidentiary exhibit or anything like that.
Nada más le dije esto para recordarle la memoria a ella, para refrescar su memoria. No es para entrar, no es para presentarlo como parte de las pruebas.
Okay, is this relevant?
¿Tiene relevancia esto?
I would submit it is because it's directly impeaching of, well, not really her testimony, I guess her testimony through her lawyer asking my client questions, that he was violent with her.
Sí tiene relevancia, su señoría, porque es para impugnar, bueno, no impugnar, pero sí para mostrar que ella no había demostrado que él era violento, no lo había dicho.
And in fact, it's them discussing this very matter that's pending before this court at the time that she was allegedly, making these claims in court with her lawyer.
Y tienen que ver con respecto a las discusiones de los alegatos que estaba haciendo durante el tiempo en que se interpuso esta demanda, en que estaba hablando con su abogada.
Go ahead and answer the question. Go ahead, answer the question, ma'am.
Responda a la pregunta.
I would be willing to tell the defendant anything he wanted to hear to protect my safety. And if that includes telling him I did not report his violence, I absolutely would have said so.
Yo le diría al acusado cualquier cosa para protegerme de sus actos de violencia. Y si esto quisiera decir mentir al respecto de no haber hablado con la policía sobre esos actos, claro que lo haría.
So that makes sense. The answer to my question then is yes, you did tell him he was never violent with you and you stated that, correct?
Entonces la respuesta es que sí, entiendo lo que usted está diciendo, pero está diciendo que sí, que no hubieron, que usted le dijo a él que no habían habido actos de violencia.
Asked and answered, Your Honor. He said yes.
Is that a yes, Ms. Brothers?
I still do not recall. I'm just saying it's possible.
The question, you said, all he wanted, you said something, you told him anything he'd want to hear. Is that a yes? If that's what you told him?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next
Y
question.
no recuerdo, usted le decía lo que él quería oír, sí.
In one moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Dorfman?
No
Ms.
tengo-
Brothers, is everything that you put in your petition true and correct?
Licenciado Penal, lo que usted puso en su
Yes.
solicitud es verdadero y correcto, sí.
Are you in fear for your safety and the members of your family's safety from Mr. Salamanca Perez?
¿Usted teme por su seguridad y la seguridad de los miembros de su familia? Contra señor Salamanca Pérez?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutamente, sí.
Are you asking the court to extend the protective order for 12 months?
Le está pidiendo a la señora juez que extienda la orden por 12 meses, la orden de alejamiento.
Yes.
Sí,
That's all I have, Your Honor.
eso es
All right,
todo. lo que
anything else,
tengo.
Mr. Bennett?
¿Algo más,
No, Your
señor?
Honor, just argument briefly.
Go ahead with
No,
argument.
argumento breve.
Oh, is it my turn?
I mean, I'll argue very briefly, Your Honor, that this was a very controlling textbook relationship of psychological family, dating violence, abuse. He literally would not let her talk to other people, didn't want her to go on a vacation with her family. He controlled all her actions, got her fired from her job because he would watch her. And if she, God forbid, spoke with any male coworker, he would blow up at her. He did punch her in the jaw. He did force her to terminate her pregnancy. And he did grab the steering wheel, causing her to almost crash. She is very fearful for her safety. And again, I'm sure she did tell him whatever he wanted to hear before she checked herself into this inpatient facility. So we would ask the court to extend the 12-month protective order.
Su señoría, este es un caso en que es típico de controlar a la persona de manera física y psicológica, en que hubo violencia, en que no dejaba que ella fuera a diferentes lugares, trataba de aislarla, no podía ir de vacaciones con su familia. Él, de hecho, la golpeó en la quijada. Hizo que ella terminara su embarazo, o sea, que abortara. Y también tomó el volante, causando en peligro de que ella pudiera haber tenido una situación de de un accidente. Además, ella teme por su seguridad. Okay, that's all I can.
All right, and also, Your Honor, Mr. Salamanca Perez, the respondent, had every opportunity to explain his side of the story, but he chose to instead plead the fifth on every single question asked.
El señor Salamanca pudo haber explicado su versión de los hechos, pero él se negó acatándose a la quinta enmienda constitucional en todo. Por lo tanto, pedimos que se extienda la orden de alejamiento por 12 meses.
Mr. Elliott, excuse me, Mr. Bennett.
Your Honor, I'll really just be brief. The discrepancy between what's in the petition and what we heard today through Ms. Brother's counsel is striking. We have an allegation of a threat of violence, no actual violence. Grabbing a steering wheel, which I don't believe was even directly asked about on cross or direct or whatever it was of Mr. Perez. It's a very unusual process to have a witness vouch for somebody else's cross-examination and have that be sufficient to grant a TPO. It's an interesting strategy. All I would submit is that, yes, of course, the court is within its discretion to take a negative inference, but given the beginning of Ms. Dorfman's questions that focused on completely unrelated, irrelevant issues, I think that, that should also be taken into account when the court decides what the strength of that inference should be. Having Ms. Brothers not testify directly to the allegations in an affirmative way and actually provide evidence. There's no pictures of injuries. There's no police report or time that Mr. Perez Salamanca was arrested or charged with any of these heinous crimes he's been accused of. You have a lot of allegations of a controlling relationship and that her parents didn't approve of Mr. Perez. But, everything from my understanding of this relationship is that they were two teenagers essentially deeply in love. It became a toxic relationship. I don't think he kidnapped her or made her terrified of him. It doesn't appear that was the case. Everything I have is to the exact contrary of that. And that's not what the TPO system is for, is to assist a breakup. And that's what I believe is happening here, Your Honor. So I would ask you to dismiss this.
Brevemente, Su Señoría, me parece que existen bastantes discrepancias entre la solicitud de la denuncia y los actos de violencia que se alegan que supuestamente sucedieron, como el haber tomado del volante. Estas preguntas se pudieron haber hecho en contrainterrogatoria durante el proceso. Sin embargo, en todas las preguntas que se hicieron, habían asuntos. Usted puede tomarlo esto como una deducción en contra. Sin embargo, como dijo la señorita Brothers, cuando se le hicieron las preguntas directamente de su abogada con respecto a los alegatos, no se respondieron realmente directamente ante estos, ya que no hay fotografías, no hay informe de la policía que se le hubiera arrestado directamente con respecto a los alegatos de que se le acusan. Aquí sí, tal vez se habló sobre las cosas relativas a una relación de control, pero son dos adolescentes que estaban enamorados. Él en ningún momento la raptó, se la llevó o cometió actos de terror en contra de ella.
And Your Honor, I must just respond briefly that opposing counsel's argument is extremely concerning. He only chose to ask petitioner 2 questions. He could have cross-examined her for hours if he chose to do so, but he chose to only ask her 2 because he knows she's telling the truth. And this is exactly the case why we have TPOs in this country.
Y esto es realmente alarmante, que el abogado de la defensa únicamente le hizo 2 preguntas a mi cliente. 2 preguntas porque sabe que ella está diciendo la verdad. Y esta es la razón por la cual en este país tenemos órdenes de alejamiento en protección de las personas.
All right, I'm putting this in place for 12 months. Both of you, both lawyers, just place your email in the chat. Sorry, Ms. Dorfman, you mind doing this order? Because Ms. Free is, I don't even know where she's working. I think she's working the window and everything today. But you mind emailing us a copy of that?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Your Honor. You said
Email us a copy of the order.
a copy of the 12-month order?
Yeah, we'll grant the order for 12 months. If you just send us, if you just email us, if you just prepare the order.
Okay, I'm assuming that you are ordering respondent to undergo FFIP.
Well, I don't think this is in dating, and that's been qualified dating.
Yeah, they actually do under the law of Georgia.
They just add that this last time?
So.
Because before it would not. I was just looking.
For what it's worth, he's already going through counseling.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
Do you need the dating violence order in Word?
Que tiene que ir a consejería él
Mr.
si
Orfman?
es lo que quieren saber y además que no están casados, están saliendo. Pero se va a emitir una orden de 12 meses de alejamiento.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll send, you want me to send Ms. Free a copy of the 12-month dating violence order?
Yeah, do you need it in Word so that you can fill it out?
No, I've got one.
You've got one, the updated
Yes.
one in Word?
Yeah. All right, I'll send it to Ms. Free.
Thank you. I'll sign it. So, Mr. Bennett, can put your email in the chat or
Yes, ma'am.
La
Son,
abogada
you guys have a copy of it.
La
Okay.
abogada Dorfan lo va a redactar, le va a enviar copia a su abogado, el señor Bennett. La juez lo va a firmar.
All right, may we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Dorf. Ms. Claudia, where is Mr. Perez?
Señor
Mr.
Pérez. Señor Pérez,
If you violate this order,
si usted quebranta esta orden judicial,
you can be charged with aggravated stalking,
se le puede a usted acusar de acecho con agravantes.
which carries a sentence of up to 10 years.
Este cargo, esta falta, lleva una sentencia de hasta 10 años.
If you also violate this, Ms. Brothers is allowed to file a contempt. Mr. Perez,
Si
you
us-
better turn your camera on.
Prenda su cámara. Y si usted quebranta esto, la señorita Brothers puede emitir una demanda en su contra por desacato a la ley.
She can file a contempt and I can put you into jail up to 20 days and give you a $1,000 fine.
Y con esa orden de desacato se le pondría a 20 días, hasta 20 días en la cárcel y se le cobraría una multa de hasta $1,000.
Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende esto?
I understand.
Any contact whatsoever, Ms. Brothers, the first thing you do is call 911. Once y'all place your email in the chat, y'all go ahead and leave the meeting. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Llamaría al 911 en cualquier momento si no cumple.
Ms.
May
Claudia,
they interpret-
you should get paid double. Yes, you could be
No.
excused. And I'm sorry that people can't figure out whether or not they need your services, but I appreciate you being
That
so patient.
happens a lot. Thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Everybody else, thank you for being patient. Let's see who else I got here. All right. Derisha Myrick, Kadarius Gardner.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if y'all both raise your right hands, do y'all swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did we figure out if he got a copy? You put your hands down. Did you get a copy, Mr. Gardner, of everything? Like the petition, the order?
Hold on.
Did you get a copy of the
I guess it was
petition
just-
and the order?
Yeah, I guess the security guard or whatever, he gave it to me when I came home today. I guess so. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Freed, you have his acknowledgement of
Is that-
service.
No, I haven't prepped it. I'm sorry. Let me
Right.
grab it.
So, Mr. Gardner, you say a security guard. That's not proper service. A security guard is not proper service. If you would like to acknowledge service, I'll give you a couple choices. We can get your email and we can reset you to another date. It gives you a chance to look over the paperwork because I don't know if you got the proper paperwork.
I mean, I know what's going on. I got the packet or whatever. I don't want to
I don't
drag
know if
this
you
on.
got everything. I don't know the security guard, and that is not proper service. So the only way we can go forward is if you agree to acknowledge service and go forward. And like I said, I don't want to jam you up if what you got wasn't everything. What if there was a page missing? I don't know.
I'm with, yes, man, we can go for it. It's not that big of a deal. We can go for it. Will we get it resolved today?
It is a big deal. If something happens and this gets put in place, you'll have a TPO in place against you for 12 months, Mr. Gardner.
Will we be able to get this resolved today? If I go forward with it, can we get it resolved today?
Well, I can't tell you how it's going to end, but yeah, you could leave here and either not have a TPO against you for 12 months or have one against you. That's the only two things that are going to happen today.
I mean, even if it's going to be the same thing if I waive it off and get the paperwork, we're still going to end up back in court again. So we might as well just get it done now.
Reed, you still be ready to share your screen?
All right, I want to share my screen.
Mr. Gardner, look at this. Ms. Freed's going to share her screen. Give her permission to use your electronic signature, saying that you've gotten those papers.
And we're going to send this to this address here.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right. All right, Ms. Myrick, start for the most recent event, work backwards, and tell me what happened. Don't get on 285. I hate 285. Right now, I'm hating 285, and I'm not liking the fact that people can't get to the point.
Okay, so on March 4th, we got into an altercation at the house. In front of our.
What is altercation? We got in a fight. He hit me.
No, it was just an argument. We exchanged some words. He was playing the game at the time, so I unplugged the Wi-Fi. As I was walking away from the box, I tripped, and when I turned around, he had his fist balled like he was going to hit me. He also stated to go get my brothers or go get whoever I want to get because he know he can fight. Then he proceeded to the porch where I locked him out, and I let him back in after a while after he was beating on the door. Then on the 5th of March, he went to work that morning, and I took his Xbox to his cousin's house. And his cousin told him that his Xbox was there, and that's when he began texting me saying that he called the police and the police is going to be out at the house, my mom's house, when he get off. When he got off, I to avoid any conflict. He had the police there. He was banging on the door. He's banging on the door, and he was also sitting message after message to me, threatening, saying that he's gonna get my mom put out. And that's it for March. But January of 2022, we had an argument over a charger that he couldn't find, and he was slamming stuff around in the house, throwing it around. So then I went to grab the PS5 that I purchased, and I threw it to the floor. And after he saw me throw it to the ground, he choked me and pinned me up against the wall. I tried to leave out the house. He grabbed me again, slung me on the ground, and he was on top of me with his fist ball like he was gonna hit me again. Then I was able to get out the house and go call the police and my friends. When the police returned, they called me and told me to come back. I noticed all my my business stuff was missing. And that's it.
Okay, what about this? You have something in here where he allegedly says to you, you want to play while I'm at work? I got some for you. What does that mean? What did that text mean to you in March?
You talking to me or him? Yeah, those are.
You said that he texted you and said, you want to play while I'm at work? I got some for you. What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. He got something for me.
What does that mean to you? What does it mean? You got some flowers, some chocolates? What does that mean?
No.
What does it mean to you?
I feel like he's trying to do something to me, obviously.
No, it's not obvious, ma'am, because I'm asking you to use your words, ma'am, Ms. Myers. You expect him to do something what? Cut the grass when he gets home? What? What do you think he's threatening you? What is he doing? What does it mean?
You hit me. to hit
thank
me.
you. All right. He was threatening to hit you all over this box. Right here, he says, suppose you were home. Then he told you you were sleeping with a police officer because the police officer took your side. So how else did he threaten you in March? Wait, I'll bust your tires?
Yes.
When did he say that?
I say on the 8th.
All right. Let me hear it from you, Mr. Garther.
Okay, so what you want me to speak about, like the incidents that she was speaking about? Is that what I'm? So basically, what's going on with the situation of the March incident? You know, we were dating. I guess I was staying with her mom or whatever, and I had the agreement or whatever. And I guess we had the verbal disagreement. I never threatened her or nothing like that. So I went to work, and while I was at work, I got the call that they were moving my stuff out or whatever. And all I was telling her was like, just go get my stuff. I don't want to call the police or nothing like that because your mom is already, she's on a Section 8 or whatever. And, like, we're not supposed to be there. Just too much going on to get her put out. Like, I have all the text messages. I was texting her mom and her the same thing. Like, I wasn't threatening or being violent at all. And when I got off work, when I got there, when I knocked on the door, like, her mom didn't want to let me in. And so all I was doing was calling about my belongings. Like, she moved all of my clothes and everything away. So all I had was the one outfit I had on. And I was wearing it for like 3-4 days. So that's basically what was going on with this situation in March. It's just, I just didn't understand why she had moved my stuff. And I had been staying there. I was supposed to leave that Thursday. We had an agreement that I was supposed to leave that Thursday. But I guess that was a spiteful move or something like that. I'm not sure.
Tell me what it means when you text her. You want to play while I'm at work? I got some for you. What does that mean?
No, that's what I was saying. I was telling her that I was gonna have the police. I sent the same text message right after this. That's what I was saying. That I was gonna call the police. I told her I would have the police with me when I got out of work. And that's what I did. Like, I didn't get violent. Like, I wasn't trying to hurt nobody or nothing like that. When I got to the door, when they said what they said, that's the first thing I did was call the police. And in the midst of that, the security guard kept, like, I guess
I don't care about
overhearing my
security guard. That don't
Okay,
matter.
you're right.
Security
Yes,
guard's not here. Why'd you threatening to bust her tires?
We were I didn't threaten to bust her tires. What was happening was, when I called the police, they came to they saw the message or whatever that I was supposed to be staying there or whatever. Okay, so they allowed me back in the home. In the midst of me being there, they just started being petty. They took all the couch pillows off the couches, turning on all the lights, blasting music, just whatever you can name, I guess, to make me uncomfortable for my last couple of days of staying there. And so just the one time, the last, I want to say night that I was staying there, her and her mom were like blocking both of the couches, so the airbed that we were sharing was blew up. So I was like, I lay right there. And in the midst of me laying there, she grabbed the knife and bust the airbed. So I don't know about the threatening. I did no threatening. I don't threaten. I don't threaten anyone.
What about the violence she talked about in the past?
In January,
where you wrapped your hand around her neck?
It didn't happen like that. The only reason that I was arrested was when the police was called. The way they asked me a question and the way I answered, they arrested me. But in that whole situation, I felt like we both were supposed to be arrested because she was destroying my property. I really was trying to restrain her from destroying my property. That's basically what was going on in that whole situation. And so when the police arrived, that's what I told them. Like, she was, destroying my stuff, and I tried to restrain her, and that's when they arrested me. But like, she signed my bond. We were back together after that. Like, a lot of this is petty. Like, this is it's like this. We got a child together. Like, we've been together. You know what I'm saying? Since then or whatever. Like, I don't.
Ms. Myrick, how long are you asking this be put in place?
At least 6 months. I mean, I don't want him around me. I want him to be able to visit his child. I don't want him near
me. You legitimated the child?
I got the paperwork. I got the paperwork I just got to get it signed. I work during like the mid shift, so I really don't have time to get off and go get the paper.
You got to file it, right? All right, that's good. That's fantastic. I'm glad you started. All right, so who's going to be the go-between to exchange the child, ma'am?
Probably my mom.
What if your mom's not there?
Then I don't know, honestly. I don't know anyone else that can do it on my side.
Will your mom communicate to him? I'll tell you what, y'all can only communicate about the child, and he can work out visitation, and your mom or a third party will do the exchange, okay?
Okay.
You got that, Mr. Garth? So the only way you communicate with her is about the child.
So do I call her phone or her mother's?
Well, call her mother's phone because you want to be safe, okay?
Okay.
Miss Myra, go call your mother. All right, so you communicate with. Oh, yo, somebody's got to listen to me today.
Okay, I apologize.
That's okay. It's not you. It's every single person that's logged on here today. Just ain't got it together.
Yes, ma'am.
Call her mother. That's safe. Miss Myra, you tell your mother that he's going to call. Now, don't harass her mother, Mr. Garth, because I want you to see your child. And Ms. Free's also going to put in there that the judge handling the legitimation case will work out a schedule. So then you'll have more of a set schedule, like every other weekend or whatever, okay? But until then, how often can he see the child, Ms. Myra?
Every weekend if you want.
No, every other weekend. Friday till when? Friday at what time do you get off work, sir?
6:30.
All right, so how about Friday at 7:30 p.m. until Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Am I able to like get him and like take him? Like, can he spend the night with me?
Listen to me. You get him Friday at 7:30 p.m. You keep him till Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Every other weekend. You work out transportation with Miss Myrick's mother. Miss Myrick, what's your mom's name?
Demicier, Demicier, Boykins.
All right, and Mr. Garther, you know her phone number?
Yes, ma'am. I got mom's number.
All right, so Miss Myrick, do you want him to get the child this weekend?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, so Miss Garther, you get off of here, y'all both put your email in the chat. We'll put it in place for 6 months. But you call grandma right now, Mr. Garther, because you want to make arrangements to pick up your child at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Drop that child back off Sunday at 7:30.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, I got one more question. I got one more thing I gotta say. I got like some belongings in her storage. How do I go about getting it from her? Like and that'll be the last thing that I
how
need
can
to
he
speak
get it? Will you get it to your mom's? Can your mom get it to him? How can he get his belongings?
I'll have my mom give it.
She'll get it to her mom, Mr. Garther, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, both of y'all place your email in the chat. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I got Giles and Winter. That's it for my I cannot believe I filmed this 9:30 calendar. Mr. Giles and Ms. Winter. Mr. Giles, you still want to go forward? Huh? I can't hear you, Mr. Giles. You're talking, I can't hear you. Mr. Giles, can't hear you. All right. How about the Thomases and the Sims? So Shanette Thomas and both the Sims.
Yes.
Miss Jackie Sims, can you take yourself off mute too, please? All right, if y'all raise your right hands.
Yes.
Where'd amazing Sims go? All right, y'all swear and affirm testimony about to give. Thomas, you got to raise your right hand too.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Yep, nod your head.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Giles, you got to figure out your audio. I'm moving on to this case. All right. Ms. Thomas, specifically, tell me, start from that most recent event, work backwards, and tell me what independently Ms. Jacqueline Sims did to you. And then you can tell me what Ms. Amazing Sims has done to you.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm going to start off with.
How are you related to them?
I'm not related.
Okay. All right. Tell me what Ms. Jacqueline Sims did to you. Just
okay. Okay. Here recently, well, the most recent thing is that they already violated the order. They had her other daughter to come and talk to me. I was sitting in my car. They told her that I was outside. The daughter stays very close by. And the lady, she pulled up on me sitting in my car, which is against she can't, she's a third party.
Tell me what, besides that right now, start with what we can talk about that. Tell me what Ms. Sims did. Start with the most recent. Besides that, what made you come and get this protective order?
The most recent thing, I was taking out my trash. This is on the mother's birthday. I was taking out the trash. And the daughter come outside hollering and screaming, bitch, this whole day, I ain't did nothing to nobody.
Okay.
It's always.
So I need to know what Miss Jackie Sims did to you. What specifically Miss Jackie Sims did to you.
Mm-hmm. I have a video. You want you would like the video?
Okay. Tell me what Miss Jackie Sims, because you weren't saying what Miss Jackie Sims did. You were talking about somebody else doing it. So what did Miss Jackie Sims do to you?
Jackie Sims is the beginning of all of everything.
What did she do to you
in her life? Her daughter does a lot of things. It's an ongoing.
Tell me what she does.
Her mother threatened to jump on me and everything. This is ongoing for years, Your Honor.
Hold on a second. Stop. We're taking time out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ms. Thomas.
Yes.
I want you, this is what I want from you. Judge, Miss Jackie Sims called me 382 times in January, and I know that because I know it's her number and I heard her voice. Judge, Miss Jackie Sims did this. That's what I want. What did Miss and we'll talk about Miss Amazing Sims. I want to hear about Miss Jackie Sims first and only.
Okay.
What did Miss Jackie Sims, a date, and what she did specifically?
Jackie Sims threatens to fight me. I actually was standing in the kitchen a couple of days ago, and she told one of the other neighbors that she would jump on me if she got in trouble. She is the beginning of all this, Your Honor. If you see the video, you will understand everything.
All right, sure. You got to share your screen to show a video.
Okay.
Do y'all all live together now?
Mm-mm. No, we don't live together. No. Hold on, let me see how I do it.
Okay, you figure out how to share a screen. I got to step away from this for a minute because I'm going to have a heart attack. My blood pressure is going so high right now.
It's a lot.
So
it's a lot, Your Honor.
Figure out how to share a screen, and I'll be right back.
She can't even say what I did.
The video, I do it. It's okay.
Ms. Sims, you may be in your house, Ms. Jackie Sims, but you don't smoke in my courtroom. And you're in my courtroom.
Oh, I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry, Judge.
That's all right. Go ahead, Ms. Thomas. When did you take this video? Take yourself off mute, Ms. Thomas, and tell me when you took the video.
This video was just from a few months ago, actually.
Okay, what does a few months ago mean?
Let's see. Let's go to it. This is from in June. This the one that I actually have that is recent that actually caught them.
So June of last year. That wasn't a few months ago.
Well, okay.
Right? Well, you got to tell me. Okay, so tell me is there audio to this video?
Yes, it is.
All right, so you're gonna have to let me hear the audio. Don't talk over it, but first tell me, what am I gonna see?
Okay, on this particular day, I was sitting in the back of my truck with my son. This was right before I had to get ready for work. Amazing Sam's came by taking out the trash. We didn't say anything to each other. She went in the house and convinced her mother that I was outside with my son talking about her, which never happened. Jackie Sands ran out the house. Bitch, this, I don't know if we could cuss, but I'm being cursed out. And I'm like, Jackie, what did I do? So I asked Amazing. I'm like, Amazing, what did I do? The daughter proceeds to run down the steps, hollering and screaming. She gonna jump on me. She gonna do this to me. All in front of my son. He's only 2 years old. The baby goes everywhere I go.
Okay, play the video.
Hey, okay.
And don't talk during it so I can hear it. Is that it? I don't hear anything being said.
And I don't understand why, Your Honor. But I mean, you could see far as what went on, another neighbor even had to come and get her for doing what she's doing. She does this all the time, Your Honor, in front of my son. I'm with my son daily. I don't bother nobody.
Okay, stop. Tell me something besides June that Miss Jackie Sims has done to you. That was June of last year. What specifically has she done to you in 2023?
He threatened to jump on me. They threatened to jump on me all the time. Other than that, nothing for Jackie Sims, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me what Miss Amazing Sims did.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, Miss Amazing Sims, and give me dates.
Specifically, Amazing Sims. Okay. Right before I took out this order, finally, I'm coming from the trash. I haven't said anything to anybody. Amazing Sims runs out the door, bitch, this, hold it, all on the porch. Her mother was having a birthday party. That's the thing. And I wasn't doing anything but taking out the trash. I gotta be bitches and hoes. Look, I got my young children. I ain't no telling when these folks gonna find a jump on me. A few months back, this was in February. Her and her mother was on the porch. The mother was right there. Amazing. She wanna yell and cuss and scream. The mother right there with her. She even threw a lit cigarette at me and my son. That's cruelty to children. She had a water bottle. She threw that. The mother knocked it down. I can't say. Jackie knocked the water bottle down. I called the police that night. Nobody came. But the next morning, I called again. And someone did come out. But he informed me that he really couldn't do anything about it because it happened the night before. I have to watch my back just taking out the trash. I wanted to sit out the other night after school. I go to school. My son goes to school. I'm in school for radiology. Barely could sit on the porch when I want to, not knowing when this girl gonna come downstairs and try to jump on me. She has ran down those steps so many times on me, and it's beyond ridiculous. And I'm tired of the situation. I want to be left alone so I could just do my studying and better my situation for my children. I don't have time for Miss Sims. I just don't. I don't want to be attacked. I don't want my son to be attacked in the process. My son follows me everywhere I go.
All right, Miss Thomas, slow down. So far, what I've heard from you is she's calling you bitches and hoes. That's what I've heard.
Throwing lit cigarettes at me and the baby, and like the girl does a lot of stuff, Your Honor, and it's not okay.
This the
This
first
girl
cruise?
Judge Honor, can I please?
Okay, yeah, stand by. Miss Jackie Sims, let me hear from you first.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Judge, Your Honor?
Cool. Go ahead. I'm trying.
I haven't spoke to Miss Thomas in over 2 years. When I go out my door, I go past her door, I mind my own business. Everybody around here know I don't speak to her. I don't say nothing to that lady. And I don't even associate with her. I just pass by her like a tree. I don't say nothing to that lady. I ain't spoke to her over 2 years.
All right, Miss Sims, Miss Amazing Sims, what would you like to say?
Yes, ma'am. I want to clear my name about the lit cigarettes, Judge Your Honor. I have never flicked no lit cigarettes at a child. For one, every time I come outside, Miss Thomas, she rushes outside like she's eardropping at the door. She comes outside when she sees me outside making noises. The other day, but it was Wednesday, before we came to court, she's out there barbecuing. I'm out there washing clothes. She has her grill right by our step. She's standing right there at the grill. As I'm coming down the steps with my laundry, she's standing right there backing up, trying to get me to bump into her. I walked over to this red car that we have out here in our parking lot. So company, my friend came over, Net pulls her grill in the middle of the parking. Like we supposed to hit her or something. No, ma'am. Ain't nobody messing with this lady, ma'am. This stuff been 2 years ago.
And I'm standing too close to one another.
Not gonna let nobody lie on my name, Judge Your Honor.
This girl is a compulsive liar. Mm-hmm. She is compulsive. Well, how did I get a video? How did we just have words a few months ago? How did all this take place?
A few months ago, you had video in June. What video did you have recently?
My camera doesn't catch everything, though. I can honestly say my camera doesn't catch anything. But how do we? If it's been 2 years, huh? And I cannot barbecue in the middle of the parking lot when cars are coming by. That doesn't make sense. I was barbecuing.
I remember during Freaknik when I was a cop and people barbecuing in the middle of 285.
I can't barbecue in the middle of the parking lot.
Well, they did. You obviously weren't here for the first Freaknik. They barbecued in the middle of the interstate, broke out the charcoal and everything.
I just want to be left alone. I have not done anything to anybody. Ain't no way I could barbecue in the middle of our parking lot. It's a one-way in, one-way out.
Judge Your Honor, we have a spot where we all supposed to barbecue at. It's in a picnic area, and she was all out there in the parking lot trying to get me to bump her. For what? Why you keep picking with us? We're not messing with you.
This girl is a compulsive liar, Your Honor.
Ladies, look.
I'm not messing with you.
How do you barbecue a parking spot bothering somebody?
I know. Muting everybody. This is insane. This is insane. This is neighbors. Ladies. You know, it never matters. I give these same speeches and people roll their eyes. Ladies and women of color, you should be lifting one another up. It is hard enough out here. You should be lifting one another up, protecting one another, looking out for one another, because there's too many women out there that are getting hurt by other people, by their spouses, by their significant others, getting hurt walking up, getting hurt delivering food. And you ladies should be looking out for one another. If it's like when I was a kid, it still took a village. So if there's kids, guess what? If something was to happen and one of your children ran outside, Miss Thomas, I got a feeling, even if Miss Jackie Sims don't like you, that she would go and dash out there and get that kid from in front of the car. That's what a village does for people. Listen, that's the iPhone. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed? We're going to start bringing people in person. That's what we're going to start doing, because people are going to learn how to act in a courtroom. Dear. Okay. All right. Don't you light another cigarette, sir. You heard me tell Miss Sims to stop smoking. All right. I'm not going to put this in place because you ladies seriously need to help one another. It takes everybody helping one another. It does. don't say anything to Miss Thomas. Don't make her come back here again with complaints. But I do this, and your neighbors, and we all got to live somewhere near neighbors, and some neighbors don't like each other. Some just don't like them. But don't do this. Just decide you can't get along. But try. You're gonna need each other at some point in time. Y'all place your emails in the chat. Once you do, we'll send you a copy of the dismissal. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Please take care of one another. And you know what? Be more like Michelle. They go low, you go high. They go low, you go high. Y'all be like Michelle Obama. Make us happy. Y'all place your email in the chat. We'll email you copies of the dismissals.
So we do have to stay away from each other, right? Even though we don't have a court.
Y'all, yeah, leave each other alone. Y'all put your email in the chat. We'll send you a copy of dismissals. Thank y'all. What y'all do.
All right, thank you.
And we'll go to the next one. All right, now take yourself off mute. Both of y'all. Y'all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Mr. King, you're gonna have to take yourself off mute. Let me see you, not your ceiling. I need you to say yes. I just swore you in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm here.
Ms. Bradley, start with the most recent event, work backwards. Please be specific and please stick to the facts of what he did to you.
Okay, Leon King is my brother. He lives on the property at 5700 Spence Circle, where my 93-year-old mother lives. But I am her guardian and I hold the power of attorney over her.
What he did.
What he did, and I have a video to show it.
Okay, and this can you share your screen?
Okay. And right here. Is it on?
What's this video of? I don't see it. You're not sharing your screen.
Can you see it?
No, ma'am, you're not sharing your screen yet. You got to figure out how to share your screen.
Okay, hold on.
All right, why are you doing that? All right, what is this video of? Your brother, what's he doing? If there's audio, you got to put share audio too. I can't hear you.
Okay, he is talking to me.
Okay, share the audio. Hold on. Share the audio, back up, play it with the audio playing, and don't talk over it. Let me watch it. So back it up, rewind it. We got to share the audio with it. All right, now play. Okay.
Okay. Where am I? Can you put it?
What day was that video?
Okay, that was on March the 3rd. It was on a Friday. This was at my mother's house. I am, like I said, my mother's legal guardian.
Got that. What else has he done?
Well, he has done this on numerous occasions. This is the time that I had been having my phone to record him doing it. I am just tired of him, and I'm afraid that he will.
Your mother afraid?
Well, my mother had called me, this is a few months ago, because he plays music real loud, and she has been concerned. But no, she's not afraid of him, but I have to take care of her. I have to be at the house.
Has he ever threatened to hurt you?
Well, just as far as getting in my face, saying horrible things to me, like he had that beer bottle. I mean, he could have hit me with that.
Okay, Mr. King, let me hear from you. Take yourself off mute, Mr. King. Take yourself off mute.
Okay, now you can speak. Go ahead.
She on this,
She can hear you now.
I
ma'am.
need to see your face. Turn your camera back on. Go ahead.
Turn the camera back. Now, see, I don't know about.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay, leave your camera on and just speak. All you gotta do, hand him his phone.
Ma'am, can you see me now?
No, I can't.
She can't still see. She can't see me. She can't hear me.
I can hear you. Stop turning the camera off.
No, ma'am, I'm not doing anything to the camera.
Well, it's on, then it's off, then it's on, then it's somebody. I'm not doing it. I can't.
Well, can you see me, ma'am?
No.
Hello? Ma'am,
No, I cannot see you.
she can't see me.
She can't see him.
Is anybody ready that knows what they're doing? Anybody? Well, Hybonius, you couldn't make your stuff get going at first. Now all of a sudden you got audio.
I'm ready, Judge.
Oh, easy now. Bring him in here. Bring Mr. King in. We got a deputy. Get a deputy up here and bring Mr. King in this courtroom with a deputy. I'm gonna get back to you. It's free. Get a deputy and bring Mr. King in my courtroom with a deputy.
They're right here.
Get a deputy now. I know it. Get a deputy right now.
Wait, she's saying
You stand by, Mr. King. I'm gonna hear from you, but I'm gonna hear from you right in here. I'm even gonna invite this little camera right here. I gotta bring in here, but I gotta have a deputy. It's gonna bring you in here.
Let me get my stuff.
Just hold on, Mr. King. We're gonna get a deputy in here.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get a deputy in here so I can hear you. You're gonna stand right here in front of me. So just have a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Who's ready? All right, all right, Mr. Giles. Try this. Nope. Let's try this one.
Mr. Giles here.
Where's the Amy Bengriet? Miss Amy Bengriet, raise your right hand for me. Take yourself off mute. You swear affirm testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Take yourself off mute. Miss Amy. Take yourself off mute. Take yourself off of mute. Thank you. Whatever you got in your mouth, spit it out. Take it. Okay. You swear affirm the testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Is everything right? And we got him here, right? Kevin didn't show up, right? Everything in your petition true and correct.
Kevin's on Rice Street.
Now we know that. Reset her for a jail date, Miss Free. Place your email in the chat. We're gonna send you a new notice for a jail date. You can go ahead and leave.
Okay.
Place your email in the chat.
Okay.
Counsel, you want a job like mine right now?
I thought I learned how to practice patience with a new dog the other day, and I can suggest that I have not learned patience at all. God bless you.
I don't know what in the world happened there. Once you place your email in the chat, Miss Amy, you can leave. Courtney Simmons. Courtney Simmons. Courtney Simmons.
Here.
All right. Raise your right hand. Mr. Harrison, both of you. I swear affirm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, trying to figure this thing out with this podium on, but it's not working. Miss Free, can you come mute? All right, there's going to be a little feedback because somebody's been in here messing with my system. So Miss Simmons, start with the most recent.